The case of Miles Dignean is another stark reminder of how quickly routine law enforcement encounters can spiral into tragedy. On March 21, 2025, Dignean lost his life after a confrontation with members of the Oswego County Sheriff's Office and the New York State Police. The Attorney General's Office of Special Investigation, commonly referred to as OSI, later released official body-worn camera footage to show the public exactly what happened. These releases are not just a formality, they serve an educational purpose. They help communities understand what happens in the field, they allow transparency into police conduct, and they give us the raw truth, free from interpretation, at least in its visual and audio form. They are also a reminder that behind every report, every statistic, every news headline, there are real people, officers, suspects, families, whose lives are forever altered by the outcome of these encounters. Legally, OSI has the power to investigate any civilian death resulting from an action or inaction of law enforcement. That independence is critical. It ensures the process is not just an internal review, but one that considers community trust and broader accountability. For the Dignean case, the footage is not just evidence, it's testimony in its purest form. We hear the officer's commands, the suspect's responses, the escalating tension, and ultimately, the fatal conclusion. Every second becomes part of the legal record. When we examine the bodycam footage, the encounter begins almost deceptively calm. An officer looks at a vehicle tire and says, "Look at that tire. I put 5,000 miles on it like that. Feel it."
I put 5,000 miles on it like that. Feel it. That's fucking...
Oh, I can see it, man.
Well, I got your mom.
It's a casual remark, almost banter, but it reminds us, body cams don't just capture the climax of a case, they capture everything, even the mundane, and that's what makes them so valuable. Quickly, the conversation shifts. Another officer brings up a protection order. He tells Miles, "You've got to stay away. Overprotection with him, dude." There's a clear effort to set boundaries and enforce legal restrictions. The officer continues, "I don't want to start getting in a fight, especially with your son in your hands. It's not going to happen."
You have to stay away over protection with him, dude.
Right.
I don't want to start getting a fight with you, especially with your son in your hands, all right?
It's not going to happen.
Your mom's coming.
All right, come on.
That sentence is powerful. It shows concern, not just for the officer's safety, but for the child present. It is both a warning and a plea. Avoid violence because there's more than just you at risk here. But as body cam footage often shows, warnings are not always enough. Dignean resists. Officers try to escort him, saying, "Come on, let's go." He pushes back. "We're not coming."
All right, come on. Let's go.
We're not coming. We're not coming.
All right.
The tone changes rapidly. The audio captures the urgency. "Hey, dude, stop. You're going to do this to yourself." Within seconds, the calm collapses. Voices rise, the camera shakes, and then chaos. We hear officers shouting over each other. "What the? Give me your hands. Give me your hands."
Yeah, I'm sorry. Fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Transcript reveals commands repeated again and again, sometimes overlapping, sometimes desperate. It's the sound of escalation, moments where control is slipping, and then the turning point. A gunshot rings out. The command changes instantly. "Shots fired." In one phrase, the encounter moves from a standoff to a life-or-death emergency. The audio captures the breathless aftermath. One officer says urgently, "You're shot. I gotta help you. Roll over, dude. I gotta help you."
Stand me up. You're shot. I gotta help you. I gotta help you. Okay.
It's striking because it highlights how quickly roles can shift, from adversary to patient, from confrontation to aid. This sequence is critical for investigators. They will look not just at the gunshot, but at everything that led up to it. Did the officers give clear commands? Did Miles resist in a way that justified force? Was there a weapon? Were other options possible? These are the questions the law demands answers for, and body cam footage is the central tool in answering them. From a legal standpoint, the footage must be dissected frame by frame. The repeated commands, "Give me your hands," demonstrate attempts at compliance enforcement. The warnings about a child present show situational awareness. And the moments after the gunshot, where officers immediately pivot to providing aid, are also legally relevant. Courts, prosecutors, and oversight bodies will weigh not just the outcome, but the conduct throughout. For the public, though, these videos hold another purpose: education. They reveal just how fragile the line is between control and chaos. 1 minute, an officer is talking about a car tire. The next, shots are fired and a man is dying. That sudden shift is what makes these cases so hard to process. They show the reality that even trained professionals, with legal authority and protective gear, face moments where the outcome is uncertain and often tragic. Listening to the transcript, we can almost feel the panic. "Stop, give me your hands," is repeated over and over. Each repetition reveals the officer's struggle to establish control, and each refusal or resistance heightens the tension.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. All right, stop. Let me go. What?
This is the essence of escalation: small refusals that stack until force becomes the only option left on the table. Whether or not that force was justified will be for OSI and the courts to decide. But the sequence of escalation is plain for the viewer to witness. The consequences, however, are undeniable. Miles Dignean lost his life. His family lost a son, a brother, perhaps a father. Officers, too, are not untouched. They will live with the memory of this night, the sound of the shot, the sight of the aftermath. For the community, it is another story that deepens distrust, raises questions, and demands answers. These consequences extend beyond the individuals involved. Each case like this becomes part of a larger conversation about policing in America. How do officers balance enforcement with empathy? How do departments train for de-escalation? And how do communities reconcile with the reality that even simple encounters can end in tragedy? That's why OSI's role is so important. By law, they must take every death like this seriously. Their investigations are not quick. They analyze the footage, the autopsy, the forensic evidence, and the policies. They look at whether officers followed procedure, and if they didn't, why not? Their findings can lead to criminal charges, disciplinary action, or recommendations for training and reform. They do not erase what happened, but they provide accountability. And accountability is what keeps a system from collapsing under mistrust. For those of us watching, there are lessons to take away. Body cam footage isn't just about blame. It's about understanding. When you hear the words, "Stop, give me your hands," you are hearing not just a command, but a plea to avoid escalation. When you hear, "I gotta help you," you're hearing the sudden humanity that follows violence. These are moments that remind us why cooperation in the moment matters, and why restraint and communication are so vital. In the end, the consequence is irreversible: a life lost. The release of this footage will not bring Miles Dignean back, but it will ensure his story is seen, heard, and remembered, not just in headlines, but in the raw truth of the body cam lens. And that truth, painful as it is, becomes the foundation for learning, accountability, and hopefully prevention of the next tragedy. Subscribe and follow Red Tape Red Flag on all platforms. And don't forget to like, share, and comment.